Hello everyone, I'm Nizzahon here recording another Amonkhet. Hey everyone, I'm Nizzahon here recording another Amonkhet draft for the Aether Hub. So we'll go ahead and jump into the queue and get this one started. Okay, well, I know I've already drafted a Drakehaven deck on this channel, but Drakehaven is so good. It's hard to pass. I think it's what we take and we try to build around. It's just an incredibly powerful card. Electrify is also good. Lord of the Accursed isn't a terrible first pick. There's enough zombies around. But I think Drakehaven is just the best card in this pack, followed by Electrify, and then probably Lord of the Accursed. Then maybe Naga Vitalist if we want to go a little further. But we're going to take Drakehaven. I mean, you can't say no to Drakehaven. Oh, I need to make this a little bigger. I still have it like I have an overlay. On my channel, I have an overlay, so... There we go. That's probably better. So, Drakehaven it is. It's been a few weeks since that Drakehaven draft, at least. Okay, well, you know, this card I don't think is as good of a cycling payoff as you would think, because it's just hard to pull off where you get a bunch of cards back. I think it's good and constructed. I think it has the potential to be busted there. Sacred Excavation is kind of the same thing. You really need to have a lot of cycling, and we might get it. So this pack has Magma Spray, which is quite good. It also has River Serpent. I think I'm going to take the Magma Spray. You know, the River Serpent does have cycling, but I'm going to be able to pick up random cards with cycling whenever. I'm not necessarily going to be able to pick up Magma Spray whenever. So let's grab Magma Spray here. Okay, see? Random cards with cycling. They're still here. This card is better than I thought it was. I gave it an F in my set review. Probably more of a C. You can actually win the game with it sometimes. There's enough cycling around. Floodwaters or River Serpent. I think I like River Serpent more. I like it more when I cast it most of the time, and I like it more that it's easier to cycle. So I'll take River Serpent here. There's also Horror of the Broken Lands, though. I'm gonna have the fact that River Serpent's in a color I'm already in push me over into wanting to play it. Okay. Well, there's a Greater Sandworm, which is pretty great. You know, it's great because it cycles. It's great because it's huge. And there's also a Wander in Death, but I think I'm going to take the Sandworm. I like it a little more than Wander. Well, a lot more, really, than Wander in Death. So maybe blue-green again. It's the color pair I've drafted the most. This will be either my 4th or 5th draft with blue-green. My 3rd one on this channel, but again, it's been a few weeks since I last drafted blue-green, so I mean, and it may end up not being blue-green anyway. We do have that Magma Spray. That's a pretty late Lord of the Accursed. Makes me think zombies are pretty open, but there's some good blue cards here in Winds of Rebuke and Illusory Wrappings. Neither of them are great, but they're fine. And I'll take Illusory Wrappings. There's also an Evolving Wilds, it's worth noting, but I'd rather have the Wrappings. Okay, Cryptic Serpent, but there's also a Shimmer Scale Drake, which, if we have Drakehaven, is just going to be better for us. Another Evolving Wilds, too. Cryptic Serpent is good if you have enough spells, especially in a blue-red spells deck is where he's the best. But we'll take the Drake. Okay. Could take Dissenter's Deliverance. I mean, Naga Oracle's a card I would play main board and not be that excited about. Dissenter's Deliverance doesn't have a ton of targets in this format. It has a few, though. And it's only 1 green to cycle, so that's pretty relevant. So I think I'm going to take it over Naga Oracle. Although I'm not sold that I'm playing green, honestly. So maybe I should just take an Oracle. These red cards that are here are both playable. Yeah, let's take the Oracle. Okay, we'll take another River Serpent here over another Illusory Wrappings. I don't hate Zenith Seeker. Giving River Serpents flying is nice. Wander in Death is solid, but I think I'm going to take the Zenith Seeker. I mean, it's clear that blue's open. Apart from that, we're not so sure. I'm going to take a Sacred Excavation. We kind of look like we're going to end up with enough cycling to make it worth it. So yeah, we have 1 green card, 1 red card, and a ton of blue. So who knows what our second color is going to be. This, I think, is pretty good. Maybe we'll be blue-white cycling. I don't know. I like it more than Haze of Pollen. Those who serve as a decent sign, too, that white's relatively open. Okay, well, we'll take cancel. Not going to play it, most likely. That's a pretty late Winds of Rebuke, and I like that card a decent amount. But yeah, we are not clear what we're playing other than blue. Sacred Cat's fine. I guess I'll take it over the Cascading Cataracts. The Cataracts aren't the worst fixing ever, but... So, we've got 2 white cards. Bunch of blue cards. 1 red card and 1 green card. Our green card and our red card are both really good. The 2 white cards we have are less exciting. So right now we're at 3 cards with cycling if we are just blue. Okay. Canyon Slough. Slough. Oh, there's an Electrify. That's pushing me into red. For sure. Great Maw, Quarry Hauler are good, but I think Electrify is just the best card in this pack. Yeah, we'll take Electrify. We don't need our second color to be particularly open since blue is so open, but we do want it to be a color with a decent amount of cycling. Every color has it, but red, blue, and black have the most, so that's worth keeping in mind. We probably want at least 10 cards with cycling, and there'll be a point where even the really mediocre cards with cycling are worth taking. Ruthless Sniper. Why do you have to be here and make me question my decisions? I think I'm just going to take another Magma Spray instead of the Sniper, who has a nice cycling payoff, but I'm just going to take the removal. Kind of moving into a blue-red spells deck. So if we see Cryptic Worm, or Cryptic Serpent is what it is, it's starting to get better and better. We're up to 4 instants or sorceries. 5, actually, if we play Sacred Excavation. So we don't have any 2-drops, but that's kind of a problem. But if you have 2 Magma Sprays, it's less of a problem, because you can sort of think of them as negating your opponent's 2-drops the same way your 2-drop would actually do. So there's an Enigma Drake, and an Edifice of Authority, and a River Serpent, and a Shimmer Scale Drake. Why is this happening to me? It's an embarrassment of riches. I think Edifice of Authority is better even than the gold card in our color combination. It's a card that I've consistently being seen underrated. I'm recording this pretty far ahead of time because, in fact, I think when this comes out, I may not even be home. I've been traveling for the whole month of June, but I've been getting these so late, and I've had such good experiences with them. And while I love River Serpent and Shimmer Scale Drake, especially with Drakehaven, Edifice of Authority is great, and Enigma Drake is tempting too, but we're going to take Edifice. It's just so good. It's just an amazing removal spell, basically. Okay, here I think we take Desert Cerodon over River Serpent. I think the Cerodon is better than the River Serpent. So that's what we'll take. Kind of seeming more and more like we'll actually be in red. So this is a cycling payoff, but it's a pretty medium one. I think I'll just take Pursue Glory here. Or I could take Floodwaters. I guess Floodwaters has more of a chance of doing something in our deck because it's not like we have a ton of creatures at this point. Although I guess Pursue Glory works pretty well with the Drake army, but I'll still take Floodwaters. Okay, so this is a cycling card that effectively does nothing. So we could think about taking it. This is a good cycling card, but we're not in that color. There's also a red 2-drop. I'll probably just take the 2-drop. Okay, so Tormenting Voice works with Drakehaven, even though it's discard or cycle. There's also a Gale Strike, but we're doing pretty well on ways to interact with our opponents, so I think I'm actually going to take the Tormenting Voice here. So we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ways of activating our Drakehaven. Now we'll take a Seeker of Insight, which gives us another way of doing it. Ooh, Cryptic Serpent came back, and I think our deck actually likes Cryptic Serpent, so we'll take it. sort of blue-red spells / cycling. And Hieroglyphic Illumination fits perfectly into that plan. It'll be interesting to see by the time this video goes up if this card's still underrated, but I've had it just win so many games for me. It seems kind of clunky, but it's a lot like Pacification Array and Kaladesh. That was a way faster format. This format's a lot slower. So, and this gets to be better. You know, in the beginning, it's worse than Pacification Array because you can only stop creatures from attacking. But by the time, once you get 3 brick counters on it, it's better than Pacification Array was. So that's pretty awesome. And it gets to be, I've won a lot of games because of Edifice of Authority, especially in grindy control decks, which are sort of the decks I prefer to draft in this format since it's actually possible. We'll take Heckma Sentinels. It's a little minor cycling payoff. It also happens to be a 3-drop. So lots of Serpents and Drakes in this deck. So now we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we're doing well on cycling for sure. I'll take by force for my sideboard. I hate Slitherblade. I'm sure I've said it in another draft video. Yes, it's a 1-mana 1/2 unblockable, and that seems sort of good, but you're not going to win a game with it. Not usually. I've lost to it before. My opponent put an aura on it, but a lot of the time you're just asking for trouble when you do that. So, ooh, we'll take this Pursue Glory now. And this Compelling Argument is less likely to make our deck, so I'm going to put it over here for now. Oh man, we got Never to Return. Can't cast it, but it's a great card. It's first pickable rare. This pack is not great for us. I think we just take another Hieroglyphic Illumination and move on. So, Sacred Excavation seems okay. Our deck is already like at the limit, and I don't really want to cut anything at this point. But we'll probably upgrade, like, you know, like get something better than Pursue Glory, maybe something better than Tormenting Voice that has cycling. Like Cast Out. Why didn't we pick up any of those Evolving Wilds we saw? Come on. What were we thinking? Yeah, Cast Out's great. It's the best card in this pack. For us, we're looking at Nimbleblade Kenra, Heckma Sentinels, and Talkrop Skirmisher. Those are all fine cards. Which of them is the best for our particular deck? I don't know. I think the Skirmisher probably is. It sort of lets us make the game last longer with the 2 bodies it provides. So if we had picked up that Cast Out, we could have taken Pyramid of the Pantheon and had some fixing for it. That's disappointing. It looks like we're getting another Skirmisher here. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Mediocre cycling. So, unfortunately, we haven't picked up any more interesting cycling. Essence Scatter's not bad. And I think our 2-drops, we're fine on 2-drops. I'll take an Essence Scatter here. There's the blue-black cycling payoff. Okay, here we have a Pursue Glory. I think we probably just take it. We need a lot of cycling. You know, and even if we don't have Drakehaven, we can just start pitching our cards with cycling, and that's fine. Probably cut Naga Oracle. Heckma Sentinels isn't exactly incredible. Okay, good. Desert Ceradon is something I'm interested in. That is a super late Crocodile the Crossing, incidentally. Love that card, but Desert Ceradon is what we want. We have some nice top curve that all has cycling, so that's pretty great. Other than Cryptic Serpent, but we'll be able to cast it for 5 pretty reliably, I think. I think I am going to cut Sacred Excavation, though. Although we do have big creatures to get back with it. It just has such variance. There's just going to be times where it gets you 1 card back, and that's just bad. It's very bad. So with all the cycling, we may be able to get away with 16 lands in this deck. Cartouche of Knowledge, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we'll take. This is a really good card to cycling if we were in white, which kind of looked like we might be for a while there. I'll take Nimbleblade Kenra. Definitely have some things we need to cut from this deck. It's a pretty late Binding Mummy. Don't hate Violent Impact, but I'd rather have Pursuit Glory main board, but having this come out of our sideboard isn't bad. It has cycling after all. Again, I think I take a Kenra over a Heckma Sentinels. It is a 2-drop after all. I'll take another by Force for my sideboard. Why not? Painted Bluffs. I mean, we're not splashing, but we don't have anything worth splashing. I mean, our Greater Sandworm's our best off-color card, and it's double green. So we definitely got there on cycling and discarding and all that. Well, let's take a full art land. Why not? There's a reason Kefnet's Monument's still around. Okay, so let's get all of our cards with cycling in a pile. We can probably trim a few of them because we picked up so many, and some of them aren't that great. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 10 there, and then we have Tormenting Voice. And don't we have, yeah, Seeker of Insight, which also triggers Drakehaven and Heckma Sentinels. And then how many instants and sorceries do we have? Let's take a look at that. We've got 1. Maybe we don't have enough to play. I was thinking we did, but we've trimmed a few of them out. Oh, well, the Illuminations and Tormenting Voice also count, and Pursue Glories. So we definitely have enough. So we have 12 cards that trigger Drakehaven, and then we have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 that trigger Cryptic Serpent at this point. So we've got to do some trimming. I don't think we want to lose any of our red removal. It's just, it's good. We could probably lose a Winds of Rebuke. It's probably kind of medium. Cartouche of Knowledge seems good. Zenith Seeker seems okay. It is a little clunky. We probably lose like a Kenra. That Enigma Drake would have been good in our deck, but Edifice of Authority is good in any deck, so I still feel good about taking it instead. Well, maybe I'd rather cut an Entangler, since the Kenra at least has some synergy with what we're doing here. Yeah, I'll cut Illusory Wrappings for now. Zenith Seeker. And we can probably get away with 16 lands. We do have a couple, you know, we have Edifice of Authority, which is a mana sink. And we have a couple cards with Embalm. So we need to cut one more card. Could be a Pursue Glory. One of our worst main board cyclers, for sure. Yeah, it's probably Pursue Glory. We still have enough ways of triggering the stuff that we want to trigger, and I think, again, we can get away with 16 lands in this deck. So I think that's what we'll do. So at least it wasn't blue-green in the end. Sort by color. That's what we're trying to do here. Okay. Basically, I end up with an Edifice of Authority in every one of my draft decks. And, you know, if you've watched drafts on my channel or on this channel, I think, you've seen how good it is. So I don't really understand how it is that keeps happening for me. Maybe people don't like drafting as dirtily of decks as I do. I don't know. We don't want to go in that direction. We want 9-7, I think. Yeah. All right. This is our deck. Blue-red cycling / spells. And I'll see you guys in the first match. Hello everyone, we're going into the first match of an Amonkhet draft, and we would like to play first. This is not a very good hand because we only have red mana. It's kind of sad because we have Drakehaven and a bunch of ways of triggering it, but what are you going to do? Wow, Well, we're gonna have to go down to 5. Okay. Sure. Guess we'll put that on the bottom. That was not a good series of hands. Don't have high hopes for this this first game. Mulliganing down to 5, and the 5 that I went to is not especially good. Yeah, I think I'm gonna cycle my hieroglyphic illumination instead of holding onto it to cast it, because we really need to find red mana. Hey, well, there's Drakehaven. That makes me feel a little better about my life, but we still need red mana. So, yeah. Opponent just cycling away. They're probably also a cycling deck. So do I want to play the Edifice or the Drakehaven first? I think I'm going to play the Drakehaven first. Because if we draw red mana, we can immediately make a Drake. Is our opponent about to play Drakehaven too? Because that would be hilarious. No, just Dread Wanderer. Okay. Well, now we're going to play Edifice of Authority. Into our turn. Going to take 2 here, obviously. Okay. Oh, God. All right. This Edifice of Authority is going to keep us alive longer than we have any business staying alive. And if we ever draw red mana, we're going to be in pretty good shape. We can even remove this guy permanently. So, oh, good. Liliana's Mastery. That's going to be fun. Okay. Well, since our opponent's going to go wide with zombies here, now we have much less of a chance of surviving. Oh, good. Another island. That's what I wanted. So 3/6. Ugh. We're pretty much dead, but let's see as much of our opponent's deck as we can. Did I forget to put mountains in my deck? Is that what's going on? That's kind of what it feels like. Shut down one of them. And we'll take 8 and go to 8. All right, well, we're dead. So that was a very, very, very ugly game 1. We have mountains. They're here. We do only have 7 of them. And 9 islands. Is that the split that we want? I think it is. I have enough cycling that you'd think I'd be, and card draw in blue that you'd think I would be able to hit them. So I think it's fine, but it just didn't go well there. Yeah. Bouncing, no. We don't want to bounce Liliana's Mastery. No, that's bad. Okay, so don't think we change anything. I think about running Painted Bluffs, I guess, but just to make my mana a little better, but I don't know. It kind of makes it worse at the same time. It's probably a wash, what it brings to you. We are going to play first again. It's not, well, we're into 5. Well, wow, what is happening right now? This is painful. I'm kind of inclined to keep this one and hope I scry into an island. If I do that, it's not so bad. Oh, God. Let's do it. We didn't. Oh. That was just not off to a good start here. This may be very, very quick match. Another mountain now. Okay, so we're doing the opposite of what we did last time. This is amusing. We do have a magma spray to at least kill something early. If we ever draw an island, we'll probably be okay. We did it. We drew an island this time. So we're going to play Heckma Sentinels. I'm going to grab my cat. And we're going to end our turn. She was whining, but all I had to do was put her on her little cat tree that's right next to me, and she's happier. Might sound like whining, but that's a happier meow. So, what are we going to discard? Shoot. I guess my Cartouche and my Serpent. Yeah. All right, so we're going to attack. I'm probably just going to cycle my Desert Cerodon to get in for one more here. Okay, nice. Get in for 3. Drew a card we can play, so we will. And we'll end our turn. Look at that, we're playing things this game. I guess we played things last game, but it was Drake Haven and Edifice of Authority. My opponent was going way too fast for that to matter. Okay, bat time. Just gonna give it haste and get in there, huh? Okay. Well, we have 2 magma sprays now. I think I'm gonna go ahead and cast one of them. I don't have to do it now, actually, so I won't. I kind of want to wait till I get a 4th land so I can actually use Hieroglyphic Illumination. But we'll see. Yeah, losing that cartouche kind of sucked. Of course, they got their Liliana's Mastery. Well, we're going to Magma Spray this dude. And we are going to draw a card and then discard a card. Oh. No, I think we discard the land and just hope we draw another one, because if we can Magma Spray one of these, draw a card and discard a card, we can block a zombie and kill it. So that's not too terrible. Okay, well, that's even better. I should have left the island. Well, doesn't really matter. This way I leave Magma Spray up instead of leaving up cycling Hieroglyphic Illumination. This match has not been super indicative of how good our deck actually is. Because, I mean, I'm not sure exactly how good it is to begin with, but, you know, our opponent getting their bomb both games in a row on turn 5 and us having really bad starting hands has not been ideal. Okay, so I'm going to block one of them. Actually, I'm going to block 2 of them. Yeah, this will work out. I'm going to cast Magma Spray on this one. So I'll cast Magma Spray, make this a 2/4, then draw a card and discard a card and make this a 3/4. So I'll kill both of these zombies. Assuming this all actually happens. Ouch. Okay. Well, now I think we probably lose Hieroglyphic Illumination and just hope. So opponent has something here to ruin our lives, I bet. So if we can just draw a land, we can play Drake Haven and use Seeker of Insight in the same turn and make a Drake, which would be great. Okay, so he's using that on his token, but his token's just going to disappear. But now it will kill my Heckma Sentinels. I'm okay with that, though. Both of his tokens are still dead. My Heckma Sentinels doesn't survive anymore, but I'll take it. I think that's okay. Okay, Shadowstorm Vizier. Wasteland Scorpion. We did it. Okay, so we are going to play Drake Haven, and now what we have to do is just discard the card we draw, but I think we got to do it, basically. Oh, good. Value. Right, Drake Haven, let's get this rolling here. Unfortunately, we know our opponent has several other zombies, so it's going to pump some other creatures. Awesome. I like it when nothing happens. Okay, so we have something to cycle and make a Drake with. So we'll just end our turn and hold on to it. Can we manage to win this game despite starting so badly? Well, Edifice of Authority is not going to help us. That's okay, though. I mean, being able to cast this Drake would be nice, but I think cycling and making a drawing a card for 2 and making a 2/2 Drake seems pretty reasonable. Wish I had this Cryptic Serpent now since my graveyard's so full of stuff. Okay. Combat begins. Alright, we're just going to take that too. I'm going to cycle Shimmer Scale Drake. Okay. All right, that's... Do I just... yeah, probably. I could use this from my graveyard, which isn't bad because it can just block this dude. But I think I'd rather keep making Drakes. Okay, gonna make 1 Drake unable to attack, which means there's no reason for us to attack really, because his Shadowstorm Vizier can just block. So we'll just end our turn. I may just trade a Drake for the Wasteland Scorpion now, I don't know. Wish I could get this to 2 power right now, then I would do that. Yeah, so I'm gonna cycle. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and kill this with one of our Drakes. Pitiless Vizier, okay. Okay. I'm just going to play this Skirmisher from my hand, mostly to bluff. I could get the one out of my graveyard, but playing this from my hand makes it look like maybe I have a card that'll pump this, maybe I have a way to use this and make another Drake. I don't, of course, but I think it's good to bluff here. It's worth bluffing. All right. Land, land, land. Okay, so let's go to combat. So our opponent's Edifice can now make creatures unable to block as well as attack. So that's something worth keeping in mind. Let's play this land, and we're probably going to hold on to this other one to discard to Seeker of Insight, but we're going to embalm Takrop Skirmisher here in our turn. So opponent's flooding out too, it looks like, at least. He hasn't drawn another zombie, which I don't hate. Yeah, he's going to make a Drake unable to block. But he's still not going to attack. Won't be able to attack either on our turn, so... Okay, that's what I was looking for. This will let us do a bunch of things. Well, several things. Maybe a bunch is an exaggeration. But I think we just electrify this Pitiless Vizier and make him use cycling now instead of in combat, if he even has cycling. You can also just use it on Shadowstorm Vizier. That's probably just better, actually, because we want to fly. Yeah, so we're going to use electrify here. I guess I could have waited to use it at instant speed because then this, I mean, might have been a trick in that it would be big enough to block, but I'll still attack with the Kenra and see if he has... Okay, so now we're going to discard this mountain. We're going to pay 1 red. And we're going to make a Drake. All right, so let's challenge him to produce a card with cycling here. If he does, he can just trade with my Kenra. If he doesn't, he can't. I guess attacking with my skirmishers would have made sense too, actually. Yeah, probably. Probably would have. Okay, so we're going to end the turn. I think it may just be better to cast Hieroglyphic Illumination since I get to draw the 2 cards and I'll still get a discard trigger. It's not bad. All right, what do they got? All right, shutting down 1 Drake. That works for me. Yeah, I'm just going to cast Hieroglyphic Illumination here. Again, probably should have done it at instant speed, but what do you, well, you know, whatever. So, okay, we're going to draw a card and then discard a card. Wow. There's all my lands. That's where they were in the first game, waiting to come out in this game. And yeah, I think we attack with this, this, and this time. So we may manage to close out this game despite the horrible, horrible start we had. Does he actually have a card recycling? No. So he's pretty much dead unless he draws something incredible here. -2/-2 to my whole team would do it. Rags. Right, so we're just going to attack with all of these things. Pretty sure opponent's dead. Right, we got there. Drakehaven can pull you out of a lot of things, and that time it actually worked for us. In the first game, did not. So hopefully game 3 will go a little better. Maybe I actually want to side in Violent Impact, but just thought about that because he has the thingy. Same card we have that taps creature, not taps them, but keeps them from attacking or blocking and brick counters and all that. Hey, look, an opening hand we're actually going to keep. We don't have red mana, but you know, I was saying that I'm actually going to keep it. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm not so sure. I think we do because we're on the draw. If we draw a 3rd land, we're in decent shape. And now we have a cycler to help us do it. So that's good. I'm actually just going to play the Skirmisher first now, though. Because I can just put the cartouche on it and start doing some work with it. Which will also draw me a card the same way Pursue Glory would. Opponent might cast Essence Scatter here, I guess. Censor, yeah. Okay. Doesn't feel great to censor one of those, but it does slow us down and eliminates my cartouche plan. Okay. I'm going to cycle Pursue Glory right now and hope I hit a mountain. No. There's our Essence Scatter. Opponent is stuck on all blue, but that's better than our situation. Is my mana just actually really bad in this deck? Maybe it is. It seems that way. Okay, well, there's a 3rd land. They played Curator of Mysteries, which isn't great news for us. We can, in fact, electrify it, but we would need to draw red mana for that, and there's no guarantee that that happens. So, yeah. All right, so we're going to play Heckma Sentinels here and just brace ourselves to take 7. I don't feel like my mana is as bad as my deck is making me feel like it is. We're just having mediocre luck. Like, One game we got all mountains early, the other game we got all islands, but now we're back on all islands, and this is what we're continuing to do. Oh, God. So, I'm pretty much dead. Not quite, but pretty much. Yeah, I think I put Cartouche of Knowledge here. I can cycle Hieroglyphic Illumination to make it big enough to block and kill Curator of Mysteries, at least. I just don't know. We're not going to have time for a card like Edifice of Authority to get us back in this, or Tormenting Voice, so either of them is fine to get rid of. Tormenting Voice will at least pump this, I guess. We'll discard the Edifice, because... ugly. Ugly. But yeah, we can block and kill Curator of Mysteries. That will involve us taking 7, though, so... if our opponent just has a kill spell here, we're just dead. Okay, he's indestructible now. He gets to scry as well. So if we could just draw red mana, we'd be able to Magma Spray either Pitiless Vizier or Cursed Minotaur. This would be big enough. Well, probably we'd have to take out the Minotaur because of Menace, especially because we're about to drop so low. Oh, God. Okay, now we're pretty much dead. Because we just can't... now we can't block and kill the Curator, so... we are going to block it because we have to or we die. Oh, God. Yeah, we're just dead. That was stupid. Some of the worst mana screw I've ever had consistently across one match. Hey, there's a mountain. Alright, well, on to the next one. Alright, going into the second match of a Amonkhet draft. We are 0-1, unfortunately. What is happening here? We've had tons of opening hands with one land in them, and it has been maddening. Okay, we're going to go down to 6. Alright, that's one of the better hands we've seen so far. We don't need another land, though, in this case. We can at least throw one of these lands away, too, to Tormenting Voice if we need to. So there's that. But yeah, we'll leave mana up for Magma Spray in case we decide to use it on turn 1. It's unlikely unless they play that 1 black mana 2/1 who can come back from the graveyard. So yeah, we're gonna pitch an island to Tormenting Voice here. Okay, Floodwaters. Okay, well there's something to Magma Spray anyway. Alright. Yeah, I'm just gonna Magma Spray the dude. And leave up mana for Essence Scatter. Do need to like... oh yeah, definitely Essence Scatter. Don't want to deal with Neheb. Okay, that's nice. So I'll play the Skirmisher. Probably cycle Floodwaters at the end of my opponent's turn, but maybe not. We're already to the point where if we draw Cryptic Serpent, we can just cast it. So that's nice. Grim Strider. Okay. And we're going to cycle Floodwaters. Okay. Alright, well, I think we might just have to play Desert Cerodon, but maybe not. We'll just end our turn. Now I kind of do think we have to play it. At least it's because it's big enough to block True Heart Twins. If our opponent has removal, it's going to really suck. But if they don't, it's not as big of a deal. Okay. I'm actually going to play River Serpent now because it's big enough, even if my opponent can't electrify it and stuff. So that's good. Okay, I think I'm gonna block the twins. See if my opponent has a trick here. Are they gonna pump the whole team? They are, so at least we still kill the twins. We do take 7, but we kill the twins. Yeah, there we go. Cryptic Serpent for 3. Grimstrider is big enough to kill it right now, though. I'm just going to pass the turn. I'll probably chump block with my Skirmisher. Oh, you're awake. Oh, good. Glorybringer. Go good. They played a Glorybringer. That sort of sums up the way this draft has been going. When your opponent's just like, Glorybringer. I have the best card in the whole set in my deck. Why would you not attack with it, though? That's interesting. You could knock me to 1 life, man. Okay. Now we have a chance to draw Electrify. I'm cool with that. I'm going to block, because if we take any damage, as I just pointed out, our opponent can just do 8 to us. Maybe that's why he didn't do it. So let's try to draw Electrify here. That's not an Electrify. It is a creature my opponent will have to burn out of the way, though, to hit me. Would I rather just cycle it? Yeah, I guess so. Ooh, there we go. It's not quite Electrify, but it will shut down Glorybringer, and that is all I'm asking for. So we can't play anything because we want to be able to keep Glorybringer from attacking us. What's our opponent about to play? Kill spell. Okay, so we are going to survive 1 more turn. May not survive beyond that. And, well, we're still going to be able to survive. If our opponent doesn't have another removal spell, that is. So we're going to Embalm a Top Crop Skirmisher. Play this land. Oh, good. Merciless Javelineer. So now we are just dead. Okay. All right. Opponent's deck is very good. Glorybringer is not fun. And this is a matchup where Cancel gets a little better. We do have Essence Scatter, but when you know our opponent has Cancel, Glorybringer, Cancel definitely gets a little better. I don't know if I want to bring it in, though. I think we're probably fine without it. I would like to play first. Okay, a reasonable hand where we have both our colors and a bunch of 2-drops, a couple 2-drops, a couple of cards of cycling. I like it. And Drakehaven, I like that too. We're gonna play Nimbleblade Kenra first. If I can play Drakehaven next turn, I'll be really happy. Give me a land, world. Nope. Okay. I think I'd probably leave mana up for Essence Scatter, although we kind of want to leave it up for Glorybringer the most. Although we do have Electrify this time around, so... But I think I like leaving mana up here. We can decide to cycle something or Essence Scatter something. So I like that. I think we are running only 16 lands, but that should be fine with all the cycling we have. Okay, so we're going to Essence Scatter that. Oh, God. Okay. Well... maybe it's not enough. I mean, it's really feeling like I made an error in deck construction as consistently as our luck has been bad. I guess I'm actually going to cycle the River Serpent first. Magma Spray, okay, well. All right. Might be able to kill something with that at least. Oh, good, good. So our opponent has their cycling engine in play while we struggle to even draw a third land for the play hours. So we're going to cycle Desert Celadon at the end of our opponent's turn. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Okay, well, we're going to play Cartouche of Knowledge here on Nimbleblade Kenra. How many extra cards do you have to draw a third land in this world? Oh, there it is. I knew I had more lands. All right, so let's get in there. Leave mana up for Magma Spray. Now we have a shot. We got a shot now. Play Neheb so I can just kill him. I know you want to. Oh, Splendid Agony. That's not splendid at all. All right. I'm going to play Drakehaven. I should leave red up, though, in case I want to Magma Spray something. I'm going to play Drakehaven. And now we're going to try to take this game over. We're even going to get in for one here with our Kenra. Kabam. All right. Opponent's probably going to cycle something. Nope. That's good news that they didn't. Glorybringer? No, just True Heart Twins. Okay, less concerned. Okay. So I think I'm going to play Talkrop Skirmisher here. And then just leave mana up to cycle Hieroglyphic Illumination and make a Drake. Yeah, that's my plan. Knowing my opponent has Glorybringer makes me want to play Electrify. Ooh. Okay. That's spicy. Good news is we're going to chump block it with one of these, even if he kills one of them. But that is a large True Heart Twins, that's for sure. Okay, so I think we probably want to block with this more. Merciless Javelineer. Okay, well, I think we're just going to Magma Spray him. I guess if we wait to do it on our own turn, we can actually get in for 1 damage, theoretically. Yeah, let's make it. Let's draw a card first and make a Drake. Get Drakes coming out here. Okay, another land. All right, so yeah, we're just gonna go Magma Spray. And then I'm gonna attack with the Drake. Probably cycle Shimmer Scale Drake at the end of my opponent's turn, but I have Electrify in case he plays Glorybringer or something. Because obviously that wouldn't be too good for us. Pitiless Vizier. Okay, that worries me a lot less than Glorybringer. Do I just chump block True Heart Twins here? Or am I okay with going to 14? I think I'm kind of okay with going to 14. Let's take it. All right, let's cycle Shimmer Scale Drake. Make a Drake by discarding a Drake. Oh, good. Oh, good all around. That was a pretty savage draw step right there. Wow. Well, one of them wasn't actually my draw step, but you know what I mean. So, okay. I'm gonna use Magma Spray on this guy. He has to have a 1-mana cycler, and they're around, but there aren't a ton of them, so... Oh, he's got one, though. Oh, well. Or Supernatural Stamina. That works, too. Alright. We're gonna attack our opponent for 6 in the air, though, and then lock down his best attacker, and then he's just dead next turn, unless he plays a flyer or kills one of our flyers. Which is good news. Okay, you get smaller. Oh, actually, he's not going to be just dead because our... I was thinking our Nimbleblade Kenro is actually a 2/4. I would need to draw a second non-creature spell to make that happen. Wait, why didn't his guy come back? Oh, because it got exiled. Nice. That is pretty nice. Okay, our opponent's going to gain some life, too. Since it got exiled, it didn't do anything. So that worked out really well for us. Our opponent wasted a card. Yay, Magma Spray. Okay, opponent draining us a bit. But that's okay. We're going to go like this. All right. I'm going to attack in the sky with my 2 drakes. And I think I'm going to play Heckma Sentinel since it can just block that zombie. Yeah. I could also play a Kenra, I guess. Yeah, I guess we do. So if our opponent's playing Combat Tricks and Consuming Fervor, maybe we want... Okay, he's going to gain another life, 2 life here, and drain us another 2. But since they're doing this, maybe we want to side in some of our bounce spells. Right, we go to 10, they go back up to 6. They could attack with their zombie, but they have no reason to. Yeah, not such a good plan. Okay, we're gonna attack with both flyers. And then we're going to play Seeker of Insight. And we're just going to leave mana up. We're probably just going to use it to tap something down, but he shrinks to a 3/3 now. I think I probably still want to tap him down because he can pump my opponent's whole team. So we'll still tap it down. Yeah. All right, we got there. We've won the games where we've cast Drakehaven and had more than 3 lands. You could also just say we've won the game where we've had reasonable lands. Yeah, we're only running 16 lands. I'm starting to wonder if that is, in fact, not enough, even though we have tons of cycling, some 1-mana cyclers. It should be enough with all of that. We even have some card draw, in addition, like Tormenting Voice, so it really should be enough. So let's roll this back out there, see if we suffer for it. Nope, this is a reasonable hand. Got our 2-drop and removal and a cycling card. That could also help us win the game in the late game. Ooh, and Edifice, which I love that card. It's my kind of Magic card. Just grind out a win with it. It'll even make our Kenra attack for 2 next turn instead of just 1. So that's cool. Yeah, I'm glad my opponent's not developing their board at all and I can just like chill over here. That's our opponent giving us that kind of time is awesome for us. They may have cited in Artifact Hate. They could have By Force or Sudden Impact, I think it's called. The one that, the cycling card that's basically demolished, but it has cycling. At this point, casting Shimmer Skilldrake seems pretty good, so I'll probably, depends what my opponent does, but I may just cast the Cycle Pursue Glory. Okay, there's a Pitiless Vizier. Electrify is worth thinking about, but not really. So we'll make the Pitiless Vizier unable to attack, and then cycle Pursue Glory, and then probably play Shimmer Skilldrake, which will tap us out, but that's not too bad. We do not want to see Glorybringer, but at least we have Electrify for it. We have that going for us. Okay, so yeah, we're going to cycle Pursue Glory. Okay, do we want to tap out, or do we now just want to cast Tormenting Voice and see what we can get, and then just, that way we can at least keep tapping down one of his creatures. Because if I play the Drake, I'm not going to be able to block anything anyway, and I'll take a bunch of damage. And I have something to do here in Tormenting Voice, so I think that's what I'm going to do. Well, more lands, but yeah, we'll tap down whatever his biggest creature is when combat starts. Merciless Javelineer. That probably has to eat and electrify. I wouldn't mind drawing a Magma Spray for it. So keep Pitiless Vizier from attacking us. We can also turn off activated abilities with this, by the way, once we get it to 3 counters, but still, Merciless Javelineer is pretty merciless. And I don't really want to deal with it. Would have liked to draw Magma Spray, like I said, but, you know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. So we're gonna electrify the Javelineer. Probably keep mana to cycle River Serpent. I want to do it now before he can actually discard the card. Which is why, I mean, I could have used it sort of as a combat trick to pump this, but didn't seem worth it. So, all right, we'll end our turn. So I'll cycle River Serpent probably. It's also not a bad card to cast right now, but... Ooh, I don't want to do it like that, though. At least want to leave the option open to myself to, yeah, to cycle him. We'll take 3. Okay, yeah, I'll cycle a River Serpent here. Right, Desert Cerodon. I think I'm going to cast the Drake here. Heckma Sentinels is worth thinking about since we have a Cycler in our hand, but I think the Drake's fine. So I'm just going to take this. Combat tricks, removal spells, all of it make it really ugly for me. Question is, do I just want to cast a Desert Cerodon? I might. He is big. And making his best creature unable to block every turn is nice when you have a 6/4 in play. What do they discard? Probably a land. It's going to make that Grim Strider larger, of course. Yeah. Not a land, but Pursue Glory. I think I hold on to the Cerodon here. And... yeah, we'll just cast the Cerodon. And, doesn't really seem worth it, actually. Okay, so I'll have 4 power, so I think I'm going to go after the Vizier, because my Cerodon should be able to block and trade with Grim Strider. These guys won't be able to be traded. This won't necessarily be able to be traded with because of the joys of indestructibility. So I think I'm just going to try to trade with these guys and see what happens. I feel like we can afford to trade because of our Edifice primarily. See what our opponent has for us, though. Fling, okay. All right. Well, we still kill this at this point, unless our opponent's about to play a combat trick. If he played Brute Strength, this would survive, and we'd be in some serious trouble. Okay, good. We've got our opponent down to 1 creature. It's kind of where we want them. when we've got this in play. And we just drew another Cerodon anyway, which is pretty awesome. So we'll play him. We're actually going to attack with our Kenra too. Kapow. All right. Blood Rage Brawler will not be able to attack or block. It's good news. Glorybringer? Yeah, that's what we're going to have to start targeting with creatures not being able to attack or block. Magma Spray. Okay. So... I'm going to attack with my Cerodon. I'm happy to trade with either of these at this point. All right. Fine with me. Change your mind? Okay, go to 11. I'm okay with that too. Okay, so Nimble Blade Kenra. And Heckma Sentinels. And we will end our turn. So we're just going to have to shut down Glorybringer every turn. Otherwise it'll just kill us, obviously. That's what it does. Okay. I think I just take 4. Yeah. So we can do 6, 8, 10, 12 if our opponent doesn't have a spell in their hand, if we cast Magma Spray on something. So that's pretty good. But I don't think we can really count on that. However, I think we do attack with all 3 of these creatures. Yeah, let's do it. Because if he blocks, we can use Magma Spray to kill him. And honestly, I guess I may as well attack with everything. Because I can't... Yeah, we win. Oh god, that was difficult to navigate, but we got there. Had to deal with Glorybringer. Thank God for Edifice of Authority. So we have a chance to go 2-1 despite a difficult start. So I'll see you in the next match. All right, we're going into the final match of an Amonkhet draft. We are 1-1, trying to finish 2-1 with a deck that I think could potentially have done even better. And I think this hand is a keep. As you probably know if you're watching this video, our first match has some of the worst hands ever, basically. Okay, well, I think I'll probably cycle Hieroglyphic Illumination at the end of my opponent's turn. Maybe not, though. Can net us 2 cards later, but... Shadowstorm Vizier, okay. I think I'm just going to toss it early, though. And Cryptic Serpent likes it when I throw things in there early anyway, so... Okay, so I'm going to play Talkrop Skirmisher here. Cryptic Serpent costs 6 right now. Not exactly a bargain. Miasmic Mummy. So that's going to make that a 2/4. I'm going to discard the Kenra. It's like the least impactful thing we have in our hand at this point. So, yeah. Discarding the Kenra. I'd rather hold on to a land because it's not like we have an embarrassment of riches when it comes to them. Okay, we did draw a mountain now, which is nice. I think I attack with my Skirmisher, offer a trade, and then play Edifice of Authority. Yeah. I could put Cartouche of Knowledge on my Skirmisher, but if I can just kill this mummy and play Edifice of Authority and start doing that stuff, I'll feel pretty good. All right. Does not look like that's what's going to happen. I still feel fine about what we're doing, but less good. We'll take at least 3 this turn. A couple more mana and we can play Shimmer Scale Drake, which just laughs at the Vizier, so at least there's that. All right, that was painful, as expected. Do I want to try my Cartouche here? Is it worth the risk? Probably not. I'm just going to end my turn and hold up my Edifice. My opponent probably either has removal or counter magic, so let's play around it. We don't have to do anything here to stop from taking damage next turn. Our opponent has to do something. Could be about to play his own Hieroglyphic Illumination, I guess, which that is what they're doing. Okay, don't love that. That's okay, though. We'll probably cycle our Desert Cerodon and keep Miasmic Mummy, Shadowstorm Vizier from attacking us this turn. Cartouche of Ambition. That complicates things. Okay, so where's Magma Spray when you need it? We're going to do that. It's going to kill our Skirmisher, of course, so that part's not so fun. It's a 3/3. We take 1 in the air. We're going to cycle Desert Cerodon. It draws us our 5th land, which isn't too bad. I think I probably want to keep using my Edifice, so I'm just going to embalm my Top-Crop Skirmisher here and then tap down the Mummy. Not tap down, but keep it from attacking. Next turn I can play the Shimmer Scale Drake and leave the mana up, which is nice. I don't want my opponent life linking away either. Makes this a much harder game for us to get back into if our opponent is gaining 3 life every turn. So we can actually just play a Cryptic Serpent next turn too, but I think I'd rather play the Drake and leave mana up. Okay, make your zombie tokens. That's cool. Except it's not. Okay, we're gonna play Shimmer Scale Drake here. So we'll stop the Miasmic Mummy from attacking again. See if our opponent has removal. No, they're just cycling. Okay. Shut that down. So I'm going to block the Vizier. Well, no, I'm not. I'm going to try to kill 2 zombies. That makes way more sense. We take 4. We lose our Skirmisher token. His own Shimmer Scale Drake. Okay, well, I'm just going to have to make mine even bigger, I think. Play Cartouche of Knowledge on it. Ooh, I like Essence Scatter here. We have Magma Spray and Essence Scatter up, and we can use our Edifice. That all seems pretty good to me. Okay, so we're going to use it on Miasmic Mummy again. All right, we got our opponent to stop attacking us. I don't think I want to cycle Hieroglyphic Illumination. I think it's going to be better to cast these days. I think I am going to use Magma Spray on this zombie token, though. I want to be able to cast this Cryptic Serpent is the main reason I want to do that. Oh, never mind. Plans have been altered now. We're going to play Drakehaven. Start making a Drake army over here. Just leave my mana up again. So if we have to Essence Scatter, we're not going to get to make a Drake token, but that's okay. Ooh, Open into Wonder is not something I can interact with. Except that I can at least make it so this guy can't attack me. So I'll only take 4 here. But my opponent is going to draw 2 cards out of this. Ouch. Yeah, that card's real good in... I like it more in blue-green than in blue-black. But it's pretty good. Mostly because it can help you, like, after your opponent stabilizes, like we're basically doing, it can help you find a way to just win out of nowhere. And that's pretty great. So we're going to do this, make a Drake. Ooh, Floodwaters, hello. Okay. Do I actually want to cast Floodwaters? I don't think I can attack still, sadly. How much do you cost right now? 4? Okay. That seems reasonable. Lets me leave up Essence Scatter still. And I'll end my turn. Be a creature, not a removal spell. Be a creature, not a removal spell. It's a creature. Okay, so yeah, I'll use Essence Scatter. If our opponent has another really scary creature spell, it's going to feel pretty bad, but we did tap out, so if he plays a big creature, we can at least Floodwaters it and get some good tempo going, but it's not great. This is also finally going to be able to attack me, but it dies a lot of different ways, so okay. Well, not a lot of different ways anymore, but it dies. That's the point. Okay. All right, I'm going to go to 2. Block this. Okay. So I think what we really need is another flyer, but Floodwaters, I don't know. Yeah, I think I cycle it here. Okay. We drew another dude, which isn't terrible. And I'll end my turn. But we are at 2 life, you know, so it doesn't take much for our opponent to find a way to get in for lethal here. That won't quite do it, but it gets pretty close. Also draws our opponent a card. Did they draw a way to kill a Drake? Oh, no, but they drew a 3rd flyer who hits me for... Oh, no, I don't necessarily die. I can block Shimmer Scale Drake and Blighted Bat and go down to 1 if my opponent doesn't have a card with cycling. So we're probably dead, but we do at least have a little more time to find a way out of this. Let's see if our opponent has another card recycling. What we need to do is draw like 3 cards in a row with cycling, and we didn't. So we're dead, yes. Okay. We kind of got things going the way we wanted to there, but our opponent was able to just power through all of our shenanigans. I think we probably want Winds of Rebuke. It's good against cartouches and such. Bouncing the creature, it is, but so is Magma Spray. We just didn't draw them. I'll just keep things as is. All right. Yeah, this hand's keepable thanks to cycling, basically. That's the only reason it is. So we're going to go ahead and cycle Hieroglyphic Illumination. Good. We hit our 3rd land already. We have a few instants to throw in our graveyard, so maybe we'll be able to play an early huge Cryptic Serpent, which wouldn't mind, because we're going to cycle Pursue Glory too. Okay. Well, do I just discard Pursue Glory now and not cycle it? That seems okay. I would definitely rather cycle it, but I still get another creature in my graveyard for the Serpent. And I'd rather keep Electrify and the Serpent and Cartouche and Heckma Sentinels and this land. Our opponent discarded Angler Drake. Can't say I'm upset about that. Unless they have Liliana and are planning on getting him back on turn 3 anyway, which could happen. Turn 5, I mean, not turn 3. Ooh, that guy's a nuisance. Oh good, we drew a Magma Spray for him. How about that? Okay, so we're going to go Magma Spray, get out of here. Cartouche of Knowledge. So we can cast Cryptic Serpent next turn. Which is pretty good. Does our opponent have counter magic? Seems possible. And I could just play around it here, since my opponent's not developing their board at all. Once they tap out, cast Electrify, and then play Cryptic Serpent on my turn, or play Essence Scatter on their creature. Because right now we're winning this race. So I'll play this land. I mean, it could be Censor, which we could actually pay for right now. But I think playing around it seems fine. I don't really want to get Essence Scattered. All right, bring the pain, Miasmic Mummy. All right, so now we can play it without being too concerned, which is good. I think we can actually play both the cards in our hand now. Both the creatures, I mean, which is pretty good. So we're going to attack for 3 again, drop our opponent to 11. Yeah, you're only 3 mana now, right? Yes. So we can play Cryptic Serpent and Talkrop Skirmisher. We still have Electrify. If our opponent plays another Mummy here, we'd be kind of sad, but we'd also have a massive Serpent in play and a flying Heckma Sentinels. So, yeah, opponent is Desperation cycling, which is a good sign. We've been doing a lot of that today, so. All right, so let's attack with everybody. I could just try to go for lethal here, but with my opponent with 3 mana up, I don't really want to. And what I mean by that is I could electrify the Miasmic Mummy and just swing for 11. Okay. It's just like there's a decent percentage that our opponent has a way to stop us somehow, and forcing our opponent into the situation they were in means they lose anyway if they don't draw something incredible. So, you know, they had to block, chump block with their only creature. Okay, well that's that's kind of a problem. It's going to come in as a Cryptic Serpent, of course. So we can't actually kill it with Electrify anymore. I think we still just attack with everything, though. He trades with the Serpent. He can embalm it, but it's not going to come back as anything big. You know, it'll come back as a Heckma Sentinels or a Talkrop Skirmisher, so. Alright, opponent goes to 1. Play this land in my turn. Alright. We attack with everything. He may tap down both my creatures. Yeah, that's what's happening. Okay. I don't think we really want to play River Serpent very much because of the fact that our opponent can embalm out of the graveyard. But they are at 1, so I think we go for it. He can attack too, so our opponents will also be able to, but whatever. He'll embalm a River Serpent out of his graveyard, and then he just has to block my River Serpent with it, and then our guys untap, and we can hopefully get in for lethal. Yeah, he's going to make his own River Serpent. A white one. And we're going to attack with our River Serpent. He has to block it, obviously, so trade away. And then we still have 2 creatures who do lethal, and we have Electrify if our opponent plays a blocker. Now, if they play another Decision Paralysis, that's going to be annoying, but it sort of feels like delaying the inevitable at this point. Should probably start holding on to a second land in my hand in case my opponent plays Unburden. Oh, we got there. Okay. So, don't think we change anything. By Force and Violent Impact don't seem especially good here. Don't really need another 2-drop here either, so. Hey, we won a game without Drakehaven, so there you go. It's possible. Ooh, this is a good hand, though. Speaking of Drakehaven, we definitely keep. We have an early Magma Spray to deal with an early problem. Then we have Drakehaven. That's an early problem in play already. Ruthless freaking Sniper. So, for now, I'm not going to use Magma Spray. Chances are I will want to use it on Ruthless Sniper, but let's see what else our opponent plays. We can afford to take 1 from him in the meantime. Okay, now we probably just Magma Spray him. Yeah, get out of here. All right. I'm not going to play Tormenting Voice yet because I'm greedy, mostly. I want to do it after I play Drakehaven. So, and I can cycle Floodwaters here. Ooh, opponent is stuck on 2 lands. That is good news for us. Not so good for them. They may have cancel, but, you know, let's make them use it. No canceling. Nothing got canceled. That's good. Okay, so I'm going to cast Tormenting Voice here and discard Nimble Blade Kenra. Yeah. Which will mean we can play Cryptic Serpent next turn. want to hold on to Pursue Glory since it can make me a Drake token. Right. And we'll end our turn. So yeah, Cryptic Serpent costs 4 right now. It's not too bad. Shimmer Scale Drake. Now I have to cast Electrify. Yep. That's what I'm going to do. Attack with my Drake. So Cryptic Serpent will be even cheaper now. Angler Drake. Gross. Okay. It's going to bounce our Drake. We do have a huge creature we can play at least, but Angler Drake is nasty. It costs 3 right now. That means I can actually do this and then play Cryptic Serpent. So I think we probably do that. Yeah. Now you only cost 2, so get on in there. We will take 4 to the face. What we don't need is our opponent to play more flyers, say, as he casts another flyer. It's also a really good blocker right now, so that part's not so good. I'm going to cast Essence Scatter. Oh, no, I'm not. What am I talking about? Nimble Blade Kenra is what I mean to say. I have mana up for Essence Scatter, which doesn't hurt, but my opponent can keep attacking me for 4 in the air while I can't attack him, basically, because of Bone Picker. If I could make another Drake, I would be able to double block Angler Drake, and that would solve a lot of my problems, but that's not going to happen this turn. Oh. Aggressive. I guess what he's thinking is if he blocks this Bone Picker, well, then he's got to get another Drake to kill my Angler Drake, but I think we declare the block. Still. We have Essence Scatter to counter a scary creature. No scary creature comes of that, though. Okay, so I think we just attack with everything. Opponent may just tap down both our creatures, though. Yeah, it looks like it. Ouch. Okay, so we are on the verge of death, basically. Despite getting things rolling pretty early in this game, our opponent, again, like they did in Game 1, sort of powered through all of our shenanigans. Angler Drake can help you do that. We still have a shot, of course. Just need to chain a couple of cards just cycling together. Basically. I am going to cast Essence Scatter, because I don't really want my clock to become a 2-turn clock. Okay, Trial of Knowledge. That's what we need our opponent to do. Draw more cards. Yeah, we don't have anything in our deck that can kill Angler Drake anymore. We cast our Electrify early on Shimmer Scale Drake. Not a land, not a land. That's all I ask. Oh, thank you. That answers the flyer pretty well. So at least there's that. Now we have a chance again. We have 2 cards that can grind out a lot of value over the course of a long game, and this looks like it's going to be a pretty long game. Don't play another flyer. You don't want to do that. Ooh, that's... Okay, well... Sure. Make your Seeker of Insight into a threat while you shrink one of my creatures. It's not a huge threat, to be fair. I mean, I can still block it, but it's going to gain our opponent a ton of life, speaking of grinding out value over the course of a long game. It also gets to return the trial. That's right. Oh, God. That's bad. Our opponent's going to draw so many cards. I'm jealous. Jealous of all these cards. Trial of Knowledge again. You know, I don't know, this is my 13th-ish or so draft in the format, and I have not actually seen cartouche trial things happen very often. That's like maybe the third time. I've done it once. All right, so we'd rather tap down the Angler Drake because, or stop it from attacking because it hits us for more, basically. This causes the same amount of life point swing, but it doesn't hit us as hard, so we have longer to live, basically. Wow. Double Cartouche of Ambition. That's ambitious. Returning the trial again. So our opponent, it's going to be hard to win now because our opponent has just drawn so many cards. Yeah, shrinking that to a 5/4 is not irrelevant either. Ouch. Okay. Gonna end our turn. We needed to draw some action there. Yeah, it seems sort of like there have been games where we were mana screwed in situations where we really just needed to draw another land. And now we're just drawing too many of them. I mean, I'll block the Seeker of Insight if it attacks here. I kind of doubt it does, but maybe it does. No. He's going to play his trial again and draw some more cards, because that's what we need to happen. Oh, he's doing something else. Costs 5 mana. Could be just remove 6 mana? Do you have another Angler Drake? No, just a River Serpent. No big deal. Okay. That was sarcasm. Crap. Yeah, the card advantage our opponent has is just burying us at this point. If we draw another land here, we're basically as good as dead. We still probably have one more turn, but basically as good as dead. Okay, we didn't draw a land. At least it can block, but it also isn't great right now. I guess it can block Seeker of Insight, actually, so it could be worse. I think we still lock down the Angler Drake and we block River Serpent with our Cryptic Serpent. Assuming our opponent hasn't drawn Final Reward, which we know they have and they haven't played yet, so, you know. Oh, God. These cartouches are ridiculous. My opponent is... Oh, God. Now we have to tap down the River Serpent or we're just dead. This is some pretty heinous stuff. Casting Trial of Knowledge 1.5 million times. Yeah, we have to tap him down, take 5 in the air. Ugh. Oh, what am I talking about? Take 5 in the air kills me. I was thinking I was at 6. Yes, we are dead. All right, well, this deck was pretty sweet that we played in the last match. That's for sure. Really feel like we probably should have won our first match, though. But, you know, what are you going to do? We went 1 and 2 in the end. But that's okay. The deck was fun to play with. These Drakehaven and Edifice of Authority are 2 of my favorite cards, and I got them a lot. So that was fun. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe here to the Aether Hub for more of my draft videos and even more content from other Magic content creators. And you can find even more Amonkhet draft videos over on my channel. So thanks for watching.